Okay, if you are looking to lose some weight, trim up some body fat, whatever it is, recomp your body, this is your public service announcement. And I feel like nobody is talking about this. If you want to lose weight, if you want to trim up, if you want to be able to get absolutely shredded, eat more food. And I know that sounds ironic. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's the truth, man. You need to eat more food. So many people that have come to me over the years that are trying to lose weight, that are trying to recomposition their body, they come to me having been in a caloric deficit for so long because that's the message, man. That's what everybody's out there peddling, is how important the caloric deficit is. If you want to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit. Sure, most of the time. But those are people that just read shit on the internet and don't actually work with people in real life, because people in real life read this and they drastically cut calories and they live in a large caloric deficit for far too long, and their metabolism gets completely jacked up and their body isn't functioning the way that it should be. And when you do that, you can't just keep taking away more calories, which is what people do. It's not sustainable. The body needs energy, it needs fuel. So when you continually just keep cutting and cutting calories, the body just shuts down and it just stops, right? The metaphor I always use is money, right? If you don't have any money coming in every month, what are your spending habits going to be like? You are going to be pinching pennies and conserving as much money as possible if you have nothing coming in. The body starts to work the same way. If it has no energy coming in, very little energy coming in, it's not going to expend energy. You have to eat. You have to feed the weight off. So we have to reset our metabolism. We have to reset the system and get it functioning properly. And you can only do that when you bring in enough energy, which is food, right? Now, this doesn't mean go and eat like shit and go, it's not a free for all. It needs to be healthy, whole foods, highest quality. And we need to gradually ramp this stuff up. We don't go from 0 to 100, right? If you've been eating 1,200 calories a day for the last year and a half, don't go to 2,500 overnight. Increase it gradually over the course of a few weeks. The body likes slow change, right? 10 to 14 days. That's about as often as you want to make changes. Increase a few hundred calories, hold it for 10 to 14 days, then you can increase a few more. And when it comes to your training, we're not just doing endless cardio. We're not just killing ourselves, sprinting, getting our heart rate up to 180 beats a minute for 2 hours a day. Like, no, calm down. You don't have to work that hard. And I know that sounds counterintuitive. I want you to focus on performance. I want you to focus on just getting stronger, right? Building good quality, lean body tissue. Get stronger. Focus on those numbers. Don't focus on the number that's on the scale, right? Tape the mirror for a little bit. Don't worry about what the mirror shows. I'm telling you, if you focus on your performance numbers, focus on fueling performance, and you do that and focus on that for 3 months, you are going to start to feel better. You're going to start looking better. And then once we've reset the system, once we have gotten our metabolism back to functioning properly, then is when you can implore a caloric deficit. And that is when a caloric deficit works. And we use it to get absolutely shredded. We don't use it to just get back to like a baseline. Because what you're going to find is when you focus on fueling performance and you focus on performance in the gym and just getting stronger, building good quality lean body tissue, your body's already going to start changing. You're already going to start getting that physique that you want, right? Our metabolism is going to increase because we have extra muscle. That is what gives you options, right? You have to stick with that long enough to let it change. It doesn't happen in 6 weeks, When people say, oh, it's a lifestyle, because it takes a long time. When you focus on fueling performance, you focus on getting stronger. If you're getting stronger, you're building muscle. When you build muscle, you automatically drop your body fat percentage, assuming you're eating good quality foods and you're not putting on a ton of fat. If you're eating like garbage and you're eating a lot of calories, then yeah, you're going to put on bad weight. But if you're eating healthy whole foods and focusing on fuel performance, you are going to build muscle. And that building muscle is going to drop your body fat percentage. And the longer you stay in that, the more that recomposition is going to take place and the better your physique is going to get. It takes a little bit of time, but one day, man, you're going to wake up and you're going to see in the mirror and you're going to notice. You're like, damn, this is working. And then once the system's been reset and the metabolism is functioning properly, that is when the caloric deficit can be implemented. And that is when the caloric deficit works. And we use it to really dial in, right? If we really want to look good for a vacation or a wedding or something like that, we want to get shredded and locked in, then we can employ a caloric deficit for a short period of time. It is not a lifestyle. A caloric deficit is not a way of life. It is a temporary situation to attain a specific look for a specific event or time period. And then we go back to fueling the machine and performing. That is what gives you options, right? If you live in a caloric deficit, you're going to box yourself in. Your body's going to shut down. You're going to get skinny fat and you're going to feel like shit. And that's just the way it works, man. And so many people live that way because that is the message that's peddled on social media. So that is your public service announcement, man. That is the best advice I can give you. Give that a shot, guys. I'm telling you, do it. Give it 3 months. Give it 6 months. Watch what happens. And then come to me and tell me I was right. Nobody's talking about it. I don't know why nobody's talking about it. But that's the answer. That is, it works every single time. I've been doing this for 15 years, man. It works every single time. Feed the machine, build the machine. Watch what happens.